You know, the issue with games like this where you're constantly above everything you're paying attention to, you're always looking down, right? But if you take a second and look up once in a while, check out the moon. And it is broken up, man. There's clearly something that happened there. I'm also seeing a tiny blue dot right there. And I'm wondering what that is too. But you only see this at night, of course, because that's the moon. And if I let the time run, see the moon is slowly going down like that. So you're not going to see this unless you're really paying attention in that specific direction during the night. But I think it's kind of nice. I think it's kind of cool. Welcome back to All Will Fall. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'm going to address a couple of things. First, still trying to expand power because I need a lot more of it. I've also shut down the 2 steam generators as well because they're sucking down the water, and I'm trying to preserve water a little bit because I'm running really low on that now too. So I would like to fix that because without rain, we don't produce hardly any water. And that's getting to be a really big pain in the ass. There's the rain at 100%. And also all of the electric desalinators need to get put to work too. So these 2 are hanging off the edge here. I've got that going. I also needed to expand for more housing. So I've added a row of metal housing right down through here. It's actually attached on the back. So it's basically sitting here and attached to this structure, which doesn't have a whole lot of strength, but it's still green on this, which is kind of nice. I think because that's still green, I could put more here. At least I thought I could, but maybe not. It looks like that's a little bit too much, but right here would work, but just not right here. Specifically there won't work, but this will. So I find that to be kind of interesting too. So I could have more metal housing in this area as sort of a temporary fix for certain things, right? And I kind of like that idea. So I'm going to place more because I'm still near my cap. You know, I only have 8 spaces left and I do want more people. So I've got room there, but you can see the metal houses, right? They're bigger than the wooden ones as well. We haven't seen these yet. And, you know, they're notably bigger in both directions, in fact. So the 1 extra tile wide, 1 extra tile long. And that makes the transition to metal housing over here a little bit problematic. For spacing, I can go 1 more back this way, so that's no big deal. But for this here, I'd have to go back this way. And then I also need to come out in these directions both ways. And that's a little bit of an issue. Okay, just a little bit of an issue. I also had a comment related to this watchtower. And people were telling me, I don't know why you're so adamant about placing it right by the homes. It's not doing anything for the homes. It only affects workplaces. Okay, so 2 things in response to this. I've already responded to you in the comments. I know you saw it. But I wanted to say this for everyone else too. Because there's a certain section of the population that just doesn't get this, okay? 1, not everything is super important, okay? Yeah, everything can be optimized 100%, but for the sake of fun in gameplay, not everything matters to me, okay? That said, this building affects everything below it as well. It's not for the houses. It's for everything below it. All of these production buildings are getting hit by that too. Okay? They're all getting buffed. Now, if I could place it in the center, I would like it to do that. But I can't place it in the center, just where everything is. Maybe I could place it kind of like right here would be more optimal, right? It's kind of like these decorations, right? Somebody said, why are you placing these here? They don't affect the houses. It's because I want to, okay? Like, we don't just do things for numbers here, okay? If you want that, go, I don't know, watch a different channel that's like that. I'm not. I like things to look cool, and I thought, hey, having some wind chimes that would flow with the wind, just dangling over top of everybody's head as they walk below, I thought that was kind of a nifty idea. So I went with it, right? We do things like that here, and I will continue to do things like that because that's how I enjoy having fun. That said, though, I think this is more better. Yeah, I think this is more better placed here instead, like right here in the center. I think it would get more buildings. There's no way to get everything, but I think actually moving it here is good now that you've pointed it out, right? So I can take this ladder that everybody's using and maybe try to do it when nobody's on it. There we go. And let's just take this ladder down really quick, and we can shift it to be over here instead. Okay, so we can maybe place this how about like right here? I think right here, right? Let's just move it. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit fast. There we go. Place it right here instead. I have removed the research that was right here, as well as all the iron or metal, I guess, that was there going up this way. And I do want to gather all this metal too. This is a decoration value thing as well, right? And again, I placed it here because it looks cool, but I didn't need it to be right next to the houses. But now, since I have all this stuff developed now, right? We got this really early, right? Same thing with the watchtower. We got this really early. This isn't something that I placed, you know, recently and was like, oh, this is the most optimal spot for it. Like when I placed this watchtower, none of this stuff existed. We had like water was down to what, here or something? Maybe it was getting close to here, but like it was, I think it was up here, right? So like none of this stuff down here existed when I placed this watchtower. That said, there's actually a lot of stuff going on over here too. And I think these count as production buildings. So I think actually to help me with my water, placing the watchtower over here now makes a lot of sense. Let me change this. If I place this right over here now, yeah, see, it's gonna affect all this water stuff too, which is kind of nice. And it looks like it affects the power as well if I put it close enough. Yeah. So this is probably the more optimal place, is right up here on top of this. So if I place you close enough, I gotta adjust where this ladder is because I can't really get it there because of where all this stuff is. So I do need to make a couple of adjustments here, but it's totally doable, right? So if I just take this away, and let's say I create the stairs here instead. How about, it's going to be right up next to it, right? So how about, I actually need to move this. I think I want to move this. All right, let's try something here. We're going to take and add some extra floor space. It's going to be wood. I have a little bit of wood for this. I'm adding this many. Okay, and then we're going to make this come around like so. All right, and like so. So some extra wood kind of built on that side. All right, then I'm going to move this to be over here. And well, I wanted to, but now it's not letting me do it. What's going on here? Let me move this. Okay. Mouse? What in the world are we doing here? Come on now. Move this. There we go. And then make sure I don't interfere with the wind turbine, but it seems like this is okay. Now it's obviously blocking one of the doors, but they can access from the other door. It's fine. So we'll go there with it. And it doesn't interfere with the wind turbine, I don't think anyway. No, clearance is 100%. Okay. So that's going to be fine. So from there, I can place that watchtower right here. Because this is going to help me out on it. Now, I don't know whether this is going to interfere with the wind turbine. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't, because it is directly behind this. So I don't think it should matter, because it's like all the same, but it may matter. I don't know. We'll see. It may. But if I take it from here, I'm wondering if I can go on top of the watchtower is what I'm thinking. If I can get them to walk on top of this watchtower, maybe that would work. Still says 100%. And if I get them to walk on top of it by going like this is what I'm hoping. That'll give them a way to access it while also having the watchtower directly above all these buildings and hopefully providing the buffs for it. 120% there. And it's also, again, everything below it as well. So this would theoretically have a production boost as well. If I just highlight everything. So right here, everything in this green area gets a buff. And man, I'd love to move this over a little bit. I'm wondering if there's a way I can get this thing to be here, right in the center of this tower, because it doesn't affect all of these, and I'd like it to. But at least we're getting one of these. Only one of them, though. All right, we need to have more of these anyway. So I'm going to take and make some more electric desalinators in range of this thing here. So let's say replace this on the top, maybe like this. Maybe I go, yeah, maybe like this. And then we flip it over and go like this. So 2 more here. I might even be able to slap 2 more even right beside it, like this and this. It looks like it's going to hold. It looks a little weird, but they are attached on the side. So it does work. We'll add a little bit of extra support here because it makes sense to do so. But it doesn't look like I actually need it. but it does make sense to have it. And then we just need them to be able to build it, which is what this is for. That'll do. So additional electric desalinators, right? Now we have 14 unemployed engineers. And a ghost ship. Oh boy. Captain, look, there's a ship heading our way. Seems like there are no people on board. Okay, so this is one of those things where we can maybe get as much as possible out of this. I do want as much as possible out of this. So I can get 30 influence, though, which is kind of nice, instead of spending it. But I do want the stuff, so we're going to just go after all of it. It's fine. I've also built an extra wind turbine right here, so one of the engineers needs to get over there, too. There we go. All right, so we have additional engineers on that, additional wind turbines going all the way through this. I think that's going to look pretty nice. And we can build another one here, too, once I have enough supplies. I do have enough for the concrete. I'm going to keep going with concrete here, whether it's required or not. I'm going to do it. And I want to see just how much space I needed here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it here then? Is it 6 in between, or is it the 6th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So it'll be here. All right. And then we place 1, 2, 3. Same deal. Another wind turbine going up this way. And then we just want to make sure that this has walking paths alongside to access it. And then the ladder to go up and service it. And there we go. Now we're ready to place another one of these right in this spot here. All right. Even more wind power coming in. And then even more water coming in way over here. And now this water is in range of this watchtower, which is going to impact the production of all of these buildings. All right. There it is. We got sailors that want to become workers. I don't particularly like that, but I don't want to give up my goods either, so I'm going to allow it. I don't like it, though. We can gather these things. Unsure why they're not being marked automatically, but okay. Let's go ahead and get those. Lots of stuff we want to get. Somebody also told me that the cranes and stuff, that they would get this stuff from directly below them. And it doesn't make sense to me that that would work that way. But I mean, if that's what the way the game mechanics work, then fine. But like in this case, for example, here's a good example of this. They said that if I was to place a crane on top of this, that it would gather all of this stuff for me. And I feel like that makes sense for stuff that's directly below it, but it doesn't make sense for stuff that's underneath, right? And so maybe it's also going to gather the, the floors and stuff too. But it's something to look at, if they're going to do that, then I guess, like up here, we could place like a ladder right here that brings them all the way up and then put a crane on top of this. So it would be the metal crane probably, right? This. Gathering metal crane. And it would just gather everything. So you can see it's highlighting all that stuff, right? It doesn't get everything, but it does gather a lot of stuff. And so maybe they're saying, you're playing this wrong. Okay. I didn't realize we were at that level for this game, but all right. I guess I'm playing it wrong. Sure. But we could do something like that, right? And it would gather all this stuff for me. But the thing is, like, you got to build this. Then you have to constantly work it. And then you're still there. But I can move things around. So I can move things around. So if I was to take a metal crane, do I have a metal crane? It's right here, right? I have this. This metal crane is doing nothing right now, right? So we can change it because there was stuff down here, but now there isn't. So we can move this one, somewhere that makes a little bit more sense. So in this case, maybe we want to, we could just bring it over to one of these buildings, right? Find a place where there's a lot of green. And I guess, maybe like right here would work out okay, right? There's a lot of green here. And we place it here. But now I need to be able to get here. I need to be able to get over here. So we can probably bring it from this side. Another person told me I don't need the metal bridges. It's just adding extra weight or whatever. And it's like, if I don't do the metal, then it doesn't get here. It's like the concrete. If I don't do this, then this stuff collapses. And so that's why I did it. You know, and maybe if this wasn't metal, if this was concrete, it would have more structural ability to attach things. In this single case, though, I think this can be improved in this little case here, because I don't need this. I think in this specific case, we can probably go something like this. And with that in place, I think I can do it all with wood. Because that's concrete, I think I can do this all with wood. Yeah. And then because this is metal. If I don't have metal here, I don't think it holds. I might be wrong on this particular part though. It looks like that will hold. Okay. And then just because I got to see then, does this hold? Yeah, probably does. Yeah. Well, I think so. Yeah, right here. And that holds. Yeah. It ragdolls him, but whatever. You know? And then we can just place, since they can walk on top of this, maybe it's cheaper or faster to put a stair here. It might be faster to put stairs right here. The stairs are 2 wood. This is 2 wood. So that's 4 wood total as opposed to a 4 here. So it's the same, but I think it's faster for them to do that. Yeah. There we go. Well, okay then. See? So we're getting a little more efficient, right? I'll make some changes if it's bothering y'all. All right, make some changes here. I want to have fun with these games, right? It's there's a balancing act with this for sure. You know, you got to show optimal gameplay and all these things, but I mean, I don't have a min-max personality. A lot of you guys are probably min-maxers out there and you want things to be like extremely precise and, you know, why is he doing it this way when this is way, way better? And one of the things you also have to understand is I'm playing this blind, guys. This isn't like I have 100 hours in the game and I should know this already, all right? It's a lot of stuff that's being played blind here. But I do get it. You know, you got like a, you know, Charlie has a responsibility to show things right or whatever, right? I got that. I understand it. But all I ask is that you be a little more flexible. All right, there you go. And that you enjoy the videos. I hope you do. If you can't enjoy the video without me min-maxing, then I don't know if we're going to be able to get along. I just don't know, because I'm not really somebody that will crunch those numbers. You know, I'm going to place things where I think it looks good, even if it's not necessarily optimal. But there are times where I think it's optimal and it's not, and you guys call me out on it, and that's fine too. That's fine too. All right, so they're not building these, and I'm going to assume it's because they can't reach it. Yeah. So let's see why. Well, it's probably this right here. I gotta put stairs right here. Right there. That will do it. They should be able to reach it now. And when they do, then they will come in here. We'll have all this water built. And all the engineers can staff this. And, of course, we don't have nearly enough power for that either. So we still need more power. And one of the things I wanted to go down for power is the water generator. I want to go down. Water wheel is there, right? So we can click that. We can go down that route. And the water wheel is interesting, but what it really is the waves generator is what I'm really interested in, because this one is passive. It's just you put it in the water and it does its thing. It's expensive to build, but it's going to be great. Okay. This one is a little bit interesting as well. You can actually get more power out of this if you set it up correctly. We haven't had a chance to do that yet because I don't have the water wheel. But once I get the water wheel, we can set it up differently, right? We can set it up to be maybe on the roofs of the buildings and such, right? So we can come over to this area if there's enough, which I don't think there is. But if there is enough, so you got all this happening, right? And this is all just kind of wasted right now because I wasn't placing them here. So we have a lot of rain that's not being collected right here, even though it's structured to do that. We could place a water wheel right here and let the water hit the water wheel. Right, that's something we could do. I could maybe move, for instance, the decorations over to here, which would require me to expand. You know, that's not a bad idea, actually. We could do that. Let me see about adding a little more structural support to it, just because I can. And then we can go about building this out just a little further, so that I can get the decorations in there. right? And then instead of this side being here, and so we can take this down. That's what I'm hoping. Well, this is gonna cause a problem, isn't it? Because I already built it. Okay, I need to build it differently here. Let's do this really quick, and then we're gonna do this really quick, like that, like that, like that, and like that. Now this, of course, cuts off access to that side. But is it a big deal? I don't think anyone actually goes around there. So that may not actually be a big deal. I don't think that's really enabling any access for anyone. So I might be all right there. So if I move this to be here instead, right? And then I do the same thing here. I move this to be here instead. I know it's kind of crowding the window, but whatever. Right. We just want to have the decorations on this while not being in the way of a future power producer, right? So we have them on the sides here, which doesn't look quite as good. I wonder if I can move it down underneath. Yeah, like this. Yeah. This would look much better. There we go. Like that. See, that looks much better. Sure. And then we can, again, gather water here. Now, I could be using a water catcher here, but I really need power more than anything. So once I get this, we'll go with it. And I'm struggling to understand why they're not working it. Do I have them all pulled out or what? Weird. I don't remember taking you out of... I mean, I got rid of one of the... I got rid of one of them, but I don't remember getting rid of, all of them. Look at them all just... Like, so many people use this. I really want this to be faster. There's got to be a way to make this faster. I'm wondering if maybe a spiral staircase kind of thing here would be better. I think I'm going to try this. Once there's nobody on this. This is so busy. And I have a lot of room here, too. We could make stairs that do this much faster. Let me try this. I know they're going to fall and break their neck, and then they'll respawn, right? So what we want to do is create something a little bit faster here. So I'm thinking we take, let's say we start here. This is probably a good spot. Start there. Let's go ahead and bring this down. Not quite that far down. Okay, so if we put stairs here, and then we put more stairs, I do need to see the upside of where it is. Okay, so maybe instead, let's try. Wish I could start at the top. Starting at the top would have been nice. Perhaps I can. I want to replace this too. So let's maybe get this collected. But from here, let's see if maybe I can start. If I don't want to use the edge, so I kind of want to be here to end this. So if I add some support structures, if you're going to do that shape, you might as well do this. If I add some support structures, perhaps like this, I think it's got to be here. I think. And then this one can go. Oh boy. I want it to right here. So from there, we get another ladder, another stair. I just need this to be faster. Okay, so we've got this part here, and that's okay. I can move all the walkway to be this side too. I can have it be further away since nobody's here anyway. So why don't we take this away? Come on. Can't click it. There we go. So we take that away. We bring the stairs this way. Yep, like that. And then we just need one more set, looks like. So I can go there. All right, and then we add... The actual walk path can just be here now. Okay. Now that is going to be way faster for everybody getting up there, right? It's so much faster. And we have the room to do it, so we might as well, right? What is all this? Oh. I'm like, wow, we have a lot of mice. We have a rat infestation. No, it's this. It's I can only see their feet. Oh my goodness. There you go. See, like, this way faster for them to climb those stairs, right? So I like that better, and it's actually fairly well supported. It doesn't look super weird or anything. It's probably less weird if I support this like this, though. Just to do it. It needs to look like it's a good thing. It needs to look like it's really well supported. All right, now it does. And that's fine for me. Yeah. Okay. So we've got that, and maybe just to kind of fill that gap in, right? Like that. There. It looks a little better now. All right. I'm digging it. Okay. I don't know what I can put on the edge here. I haven't decided yet. I might just put another water desalinator. Just like get more water being made in this area. Also, I'd love to break this down. Not sure if there's even a way for them to reach that, but it would be nice if there was. Let's manufacture a way to reach it. We'll go like this. See if they can reach it if I do this. Maybe they can even reach it from there. I don't know. Yeah, it's not showing me the triangle anymore. This triangle, by the way, you see all these notifications all over the place, right? This just means that there's no way to gather these resources. I've marked them for gathering manually, but there's no way to get them, right? It's these top ones here. And it's just like, it's very hard to get up there, and I don't know how to get them up there. I've tried these stairs. I've tried adding stairs, but it's too small. They can't get there. This one allows me to do the stairs, but they can't actually do anything on them. So if I do this and then do... I've tried this already, but I'm trying to show you now. All right. Come on, right there. If I add that, it doesn't seem to add the ability to get this, but it does add the green here. So that's good. Like, these are automatically marked, but I wanted them to clear this out as soon as possible, and I just can't seem to get a way to do that. Maybe there's a way to get them to walk on this ledge. I haven't tried that yet, but we'll see. And then this is metal, right? I think we can probably replace this metal with wood. It is close enough to where I think we can redo this. Okay. I'm trying to, consider the feedback from people, right? I'm trying to consider things and say, hey, do they have a point? And yeah, I mean, there are certain times where I use metal because I thought I needed it and I didn't. Like right here, this doesn't need to be metal. We did concrete through this, right? So like we already did concrete for both of these. I can probably get away with this. It looks like I need one, right? So a little bit of wood there. But if I was to switch it and do this instead, then like there's no way that doesn't work, right? We're just good. We're good to go. So it can easily be wood. It doesn't look as good, in my opinion, but it saves me a lot of resources. I get the resources back and I can use them in more meaningful ways, right? So I get it. I do. More meaningful ways, for example, like down here. And again, I may not need concrete here, but I've already started it and it looks consistent and I like the way it looks. So I'm going to keep doing it, even if it's more expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would need to be here if I want it to be equally spaced. So instead, we'll start here, do that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be here then, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there. Yep. So we'd have 2 additional wind turbines over here, and I just need to connect it. So we would do this again, come over here, and let's take a look and maybe go like that. It's probably all right. I don't think it necessarily needed that. That's a bit of a heavy piece. Is it cheaper though? Because this is 2 and this is 6. Yeah, it's not cheaper. Okay, so we'll go like this, like that. So that lets them walk across this. And of course, they're not going to actually walk on this, but I already have the railing going through here. So, because that's how I have it spaced out in order for them to access these things. And then I can also place additional buildings right through here. So some of these, maybe, probably not. But additional housing, maybe even through this area. And this is wide open. There's nothing under there. So we could even do some extra production buildings all through here until we get over on this side, where there's a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of metal, too. Like, this is a really cool place. So I'll be looking at that, too. In the meantime, though, I have the metal to do so, and I want the power. The energy is so important to me. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to commit the metal to it right now so that it's in there, ready to go. And again, another wind turbine right here. And it's just like a big wall of wind turbines, I think that's all I can afford. Yeah, I can't afford any more. I have to wait. So this one right here, we just bring it up. We can work on that. And we bring this one up and we can work on that. Okay. There we go. Cool. And then when I have enough resources to make another one, then I will. But in the meantime, they can walk all the way across this and get it done. There they go. There they go. Trader have metal for me? No, but 217 wood is pretty good. That's a lot. If I had 34 goods, I'd be able to get 100 metal. Ooh. Man, oh man. I like the tools too. That'd be nice. But the metal would be better. I want the metal. Well, can I steal it from someplace where I didn't need to use metal? Maybe. How about this bridge? Can we... I feel like this bridge is necessary. I'm going to keep this metal. Because it's also holding this up. And I feel like, yeah, this one needed it. It maybe didn't need it all the way out this far. I might have been able to get away with it being, you know, maybe wood from here. So that gives me a little bit of metal back, right? But I think it needed to be metal, at least a portion of it. Because you need that extra structure. I think maybe this one is okay to make wood, right? We could maybe make this one wood if I bring this out. I think having the extra metal here is going to provide that structural integrity to help that wood keep going. Because you do get a little bit, you need the support for this. So I think we can get the metal back there. I probably don't need concrete here. This is going to fall, though, if I do this. Or it won't. Interesting. Okay. Well, that guy fell, but he's all right. He'll get back up. All right, so 32 metal here, and then if I go... Where is it? Over here. If I go over here, all right, I can now place this like that. So additional wind being installed out here too, and then we just place the engineer in there to get it spinning. There we go. Okay, so more and more power. Needed it. Let's take a look and see this sailing trader. I guess I don't have enough goods. I was hoping by delaying, I'm hoping I get outsiders. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm hoping I get outsiders in the next 5 hours, and then I can make them pay and say, yeah, you can be here if you pay. They'll give me the goods, and then I can immediately trade them for the metal, is what I'm hoping to do here. So I'm kind of delaying the sailing trader as long as possible, hoping for an outsider event. Right here, I think we can maybe redo this too, right? Let's take a look. See if this will fit with wood, right? At the time, it made sense that I needed more, but maybe I don't need it. So this is going to be a little bit off, but if I switch this for this, then it should work. And there we go. We have that. Over here, we can do similar thing. We can do this. And yeah, I'm going to leave that metal because of the support for everything, but maybe all of this could be wood if I was to, because this is metal as well. So if I change this to be the wood out this way, and then from here to here, does that support? So there's a little bit of a problem there, right? And so again, I'm going to take some resources here because you get that extra stability by using metal. So I can use metal maybe on this part. Yes, I know. Just leave it still so I can delete it. Okay, so if I use the metal on this part, just to give that little extra bit of stability as we move this way, then from here we can probably do wood. There we go. So save a little bit of metal there, right? Yeah. I'm not sure why to be fair, okay, there's a lot of things that I did in the moment, all right, that maybe don't make sense. And that metal there is one of them. Like, I don't know why I did metal there. I don't think I need this, but I'm going to add some support for that anyway. All right. So that's okay. That's good. This one we just talked about, so that's fine. We're looking for more areas where I used metal and maybe didn't need to. This is helping to hold structure up, so I'm going to leave that. I maybe don't need this, though. This one, I think we're all right. But the housing is partially attached to that, so I'm going to leave that alone. And this one here definitely can go. This one here is overdone. Yep, I agree. Do that. And then we can just go across like that. Okay. Seems good. All of these need workers now, so let's get engineers in. We're not going to be able to work them all the way because power shortage will definitely happen here, but... Oh, I don't want engineers on all of them, though. I can put workers in some of them, actually. Engineers have another purpose. It's my power generating buildings. We'll put a few of them in there, right? Put somebody in, you know, a few of them here. Yeah, that's fine. You have engineers in you, but you have workers and you have workers. But again, like, we're not going to be able to last. This is a lot of water, yes, but it's not. We need more power. And I don't have anyone building this. Is there a particular reason why that's not happening? Force this priority, please. Let's go. Somebody do it. And engineer in there. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to go. Oh! I was just going to say this. It's like, it doesn't look like we're going to get any outsiders. Well, that happened. It worked. Yes, you can do this if you pay. Plus 31 goods. Very good. Now I can shift over to the trader and I can get... You bastard! You changed the deal! How dare you alter the deal? You said 100 metal. Oh, I'm tempted just to send you on your... I'm going to take it. I'm taking it from you, you jerk. Ah, I wanted the metal, not the junk. All right, well, maybe I'll take the wood then. I'm going to need more housing. And I'm kind of tempted just to make wooden housing on the outside here. And I know wooden housing isn't as good as metal housing, but I don't really care too much about the safety, to be honest. Because you really just get more people per house this way, but you get safety is the big thing too. And I kind of want that too, the safety part. Maybe if I add some extra structure right here, I could even have these houses continue over this, like have the houses continue over the gap. I bet you I can have the houses continue over the gap like this. Maybe this gap too, if we reinforce it really well. You know what? Let's take the, tempted to take the tools. Since I can't have the metal, I'm tempted to take the tools. The tools are probably just better. I'm going to take the tools instead. All right, fine. We'll take them. Because I'm going to need them eventually, and then it's just like, oh no, we need tools. Let's make them out of the metal. Now I've just already made them. See if we can get this guy running. I want to take the... probably metal here, right? I mean, we need that extra stability, but let's just see if we can do it with wood first. I'm going to try, all right? Try to try wood first in these things to see if it, you know, if it can make sense to do. We'll try here. Is this where I want to be? I just got to figure out where I want to cross here. I eventually want to collect this, so I don't want to build it off of that. This is already junk. And kind of this is too, but I think I'm going to try it from here. And for now, we can go here. I'm going to end up breaking down this area, though. So it's not going to work with pure wood. It's going to be a little unstable here. And if I change this to be a metal instead, it will just completely fix the problem. Because it has more support. Oh? Why? Interesting. It didn't fix the problem. Okay, well that worked. All right, so this will let them get over here at least, and they can then, you know, break the stuff down and get access to this stuff later, right? So we can at least do that. Now we have access to the junk, right? We can tear that down. But then on this side, I want to be able to, you know, bring them up with a ladder and then eventually get them over here. So I think maybe we'll go straight down would be okay, but I'm going to do it on the side with the wood that I probably can't afford because I didn't get the wood from that guy. I'm going to end up regretting not getting the wood here. Oh, I need to go one more over. Let's go like this instead. Yep. Like so. This will at least get them up to this level so they can get these things. Right? And then once we clear these things out, I can put another ladder that brings them up this way. And we can start it actually by, I guess, just bringing it to like there is where I'm going to eventually want them to be. I can also just do it this way. Yeah, this is fine. And then this will go across that. Okay, now they can get there. They should be able to get there. And they can also clear all this stuff out. At least I thought they could. Let's grab that metal. We probably want to have another gathering hut over here too, just kind of based in this area to collect it. So I can place another one right there. And we'll have somebody at least based over here. Let's also maybe go and I think right on this spot, we'll add a storage. Yeah. It just needs to have this stuff cleared out, and then it will be able to access it from there. Okay. So you guys remember the plan where I was going to make a metal housing area by these trees? So the issue, and the reason why I haven't done it yet, is that structural stability is making that very difficult, right? You kind of have to break all this stuff down and rebuild it because it's not very stable. And when I add housing here, it can work, but it's very particular on where I can place it. And then after I place it, I really can't build up because the stuff underneath it isn't going to hold it. So I'm looking at like, how can I take advantage of these trees and everything? And I think I got to like rebuild this area a little bit better to make this more stable. There's just a lot of stuff here that I can't access. The sea level is going to drop again at 12. That'll give us access to, I think, the final level because my camera can't go any lower. So this is the final level right here. And it'll bring the sea level, I believe, from here down to here to access this. And I think at that point, the sea level is done falling. And so we can see what's on the bottom. We do have some homeless people too, by the way. Storage is not reachable by any citizen. Well, that's because I put the pumpkin there. No? For real? Not allowed to put a pumpkin there? Okay, we'll do it like that. What do you think of that then? I mean, it's not on a building. It's not connected to a building, so it's not actually providing any benefit. I suppose I could maybe place it... well, I could place it underneath. But then they wouldn't be able to access their house. Oh, you know what? Here, they're not walking through here anyway. We can just place it right here. Yeah. They're not actually walking through there. Although I could get that metal. Probably a good idea to get that metal. We don't need it for stability. So why don't we just kind of mark that stuff for collection? Because we don't actually need it. Okay. So wind turbines all the way down. Loving the look of that, man. I think that looks great. I do wish I had spaced them out to where I could put 3 on each, but they're spaced out to where they don't hit each other, and you know, you get the maximum coverage without like, visually hitting each other, right? If I put them any closer, then the blades will like clip through each other, and it just doesn't look very good to me. So yeah. Try this over here too. I'm just gonna keep this going. I think this is a good way to keep it going. So we need it low about here then. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm wondering, since this is the last one, I could maybe put it on the edge. I don't know about it interfering, but it could fit on the edge, like over here. And I don't even need the extra stability there. I could just place the box up the very tip of it. Just like place it there. It wouldn't line up with the others. But it's a little bit low. So I'd have to put it maybe a little bit higher. But it could work. Look at all that metal I just spent. Ugh. It's expensive, isn't it? I think perhaps we just hold off on this one, though. Just so I can, you know, use the metal resources to actually build the towers. If we build them one at a time, then it's kind of like you have enough metal to build it because you did it one at a time, right? So I'll just do that right here. And then once I have that confirmed, I can then switch over and do the other one just to make sure that one's going to be good. Like so. Like so, right? And then where is my stairs? No, first I need this. And then I need this. And I'm out of wood. So again, one at a time. Come back to there. And then stairs up. Like so. Okay. Now we need to come across this. And also need this. Well, I'm not going to get all the way there, but I can try to at least this part. So concrete maybe not needed. I'm completely out of metal though, so let's use the concrete to get it to just to have it done. So from there to there seems good. And then since I have no metal and I really don't have much wood, I really can't make that bridge yet. But yeah, with the metal not being there, I think we are going to tear this down just for a second so I can get the metal and actually do this. So we'll take this metal and it's going to have to be a different shape. Like this one has a flat edge, but there's no way to do that with the metal ones. Or, well, I guess the metal ones come with it, don't they? Yeah, they do. Let's actually do this with the metal one then. So we'll go down the very edge. Yep. So we'll go like this and like this. And then I think that will work. So let's see if the wood will work. I don't have enough wood to do this. I don't believe. No, I do. Okay. Wood will work instead. But no, because the very middle will not support that. So what we'll do is we'll just add one additional metal here. That should add the structural integrity necessary to allow that to work. There we go. So that gets them over here so they can build this one. With 50 metal left, I can then place the support structure here, here, and here. And then add our wind turbine when I have enough metal to do so. It's 20. So a little bit more metal left there needed. And then I think I have almost enough to do this. Yeah, I just need the stairs now for this, the ladder. Yep, right. Oh, so close. Not quite there. So close. There it goes. Now it works. All right, so that sets me up for everything I need. Now when I get the metal, I'll just place another one down and we're good to go. Outsiders are stealing. We have seen outsiders taking 24 wood from our supplies. What are you going to do about it? Take it back and punish them. Yeah. Take it back and punish them is exactly what we're going to do. Now, they're desperate because they have no house, right? I think that's probably why. They have no place to live, so they're a little desperate. So, do I expand onto this? I don't think I can other than wood. It's too heavy for additional metal housing here. I can't even select it, but I tried it earlier and it's too heavy for that. So what we could do, I guess, is just have this be here. It's a wood housing right here. One. Can't do it there. Can't do it there. Oh, I'm out of wood. Right, that's why. But I can at least make this one house. And then I thought they could walk under this, but I think because I made this bridge like this, they can't. So real quick, let's alter this so they can walk under it. There. Now you should be able to access and walk on this, on the top of this house. At least I'm hoping you can. If you can walk on the top of this building, then you can get to your house. We want to change our leader. Okay, so this is the engineers. I like my engineer leader. Hang on. So this person has food output. No. Production output. No. Energy output. Let's keep the energy guy. Keep the energy guys. Okay, they can build it from the top, but I want them to be able to access it. Like actually walk to it. There's now 2 homeless. I do have the wood to make another one. So we will. Right there. And then I thought there was enough room for this, but I guess not. You know what? You know what? I mean, maybe I'm crazy here, but it seems to me we could just place the house here and that can be the bridge. We don't actually need this if we can just use the building, right? They'll just walk on the top of the building. I'm not going to stack it because it's too weak anyway to stack another house on top of it. So it's fine. So if I take this away now and I place the house here, I want to make sure I have enough space. The walkway there. So there. And then there. So hold on. One. Zoom out. So this is right there for walkway, and then there, and then there. Yeah, that's it. It's exactly where I want to place it, is right there. Then the second one can go here, and the third one would go right here. And there's a walkway on that side. Perfect. Okay. So we just do that, and then they could just build this, and then after they build it, they just walk across it. And even then, if I wanted to have a railing, I just put a railing on it. Fine. Yeah. That works. And then they should be able to get over to this. I should have been able to do it already, but I guess I'll just do this really quick. That gives them the walkway to get on top of this now, I think. Maybe they won't walk on this building. Do they not walk on the roofs? Well, I mean, they're on like, they're not going to build it right now. They're not working right now. But this gives housing, right? That's what I wanted. So now we only have 2 outsiders that are homeless. It is what it is. So have I fixed any problems today? Well, we have a lot of food. We have not a lot of power. I have expanded power quite a lot today, but just haven't quite gotten what I need. Somehow this is not reachable. Checking. Oh, yep, right. Correct. Right there. Yep. Now it's reachable. And with the 91 metal we have, I can now prompt this to be built too, and it's already reachable. Yeah, so they'll build that as well. So, I mean, again, power problem's not entirely solved, but there's a lot of renewable energy here that will really help every time there's wind. It's only 20% wind here, which kind of sucks, but there's 50% wind here, and then we finally get to 100%, and that's when we really start charging the batteries. And so the last thing here, we have the water wheel. I've been trying to get the research going. That's going quite slowly, surprisingly. But once this is done, we then bring it down to here, right? And then there's a sun energy boiler is actually a thing. By the way, I said I would like to have, solar, maybe not photovoltaics, but the water and how it boils water and everything. Basically, there's a solar arrangement that normally would go in a big circle. And then there's a tower in the center of this circle. And the circle, when I say circle, I mean it's just like a massive array of mirrors, pretty much. And it directs all the sunlight hitting it to the point on the top of the tower where there's this big old, source of water that you end up boiling that and using the steam as energy. It's very rough, like a very rough way of describing how it works. It's not scientifically accurate how it works there, but in any case, that exists. There's a sun energy boiler right here. Produces electricity using sunlight, requires clear access to the sky. That does exist. So I want to get to that too, right? There's a lot of ways to make energy in this game, and I want to get down to the more advanced stuff down here, which is great. So we have batteries, we want to store it. It's a lot of tools, right? So I have extra tools, and we're not set up to make tools yet. We have the research done, but I'm not really set up to make it yet. So, we'll work on that. But I have engineers now in this. I did it, all right? It's set up. There's somebody working there. This is set up. There's somebody working there, okay? And, yeah, we have more engineers than that. Oh, I could put sailors, I suppose, in there. Can I put sailors in there? Only engineers. So I have extra sailors, and I'm thought about taking one of these that has workers in it. Some of these other buildings that maybe have workers in it. This is engineers. Let's take the workers out of these and put sailors in it instead. They have production bonus. The sailors do. So I want to pull them out and put the sailors in here instead. And that gives me extra workers for things like this. So, okay. That's going to do it for this video. I think we've made some pretty good progress here. I think we've done some pretty good stuff. I can make more fuel with this, but I already have a surplus, so I don't need to work this building. And I fixed most of the problems, except for housing, which is a pending thing that'll happen tomorrow, right? They're going to build this house. They're actually kind of almost done with it. And that solves my housing problem for now. With the water wheel done, we can generate electricity from the rain. We can try to direct that in our housing block. We'll do that next video. We'll put this right here. And then we're going to go down and see about getting the waves generator as well, because it's passive power. So is this, but this has a workplace requirement. 2 people to work this. Doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's to refill the water. That would make sense to me, actually, refilling the water. But this is passive, so we're going to go and do that next, okay? See you guys. Bye-bye.